Imagine explaining to a teenager that once upon a time, if you wanted to hear your favorite song, you had to wait for it on the radio. Or that watching a movie required leaving your house and driving to a store? Sounds unbelievable, right? But for Generation X, those born between 1965 and 1980, this wasn't unusual. It was everyday life. Gen X grew up during one of the biggest transitions in human history. They experienced a world before smartphones, before social media, and even before the internet became common. Today, we're taking a trip back in time to explore 10 things only Gen X will truly remember. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll realize just how much the world has changed. 1. Waiting for your favorite song on the radio today. We can listen to any song instantly. But Gen X didn't have Spotify, YouTube, or Apple Music. If you loved a song, you had to wait patiently for a radio station to play it. And when it finally came on, you'd rush to press the record button on your cassette player. The biggest frustration? The radio DJ talking right in the middle of the song. Many people ended up with recordings that started with, "You're listening to the #1 station in town," before the music even began. 2. Rewinding cassette tapes with a pencil. If you're Gen Z, this may sound completely strange. Cassette tapes often got stuck or tangled. When that happened, Gen X had a secret weapon, a pencil. By inserting the pencil into the cassette reel and turning it carefully, they could rewind the tape without damaging it. It was one of those skills every Gen Xer seemed to know. No tutorial videos needed. 3. Saturday morning cartoons were special. Today, cartoons are available all day, every day, but Gen X had to wait for Saturday mornings. That was the magical time when networks aired cartoons for kids. Children would wake up early, grab a bowl of cereal, and spend hours in front of the television. Missing an episode meant waiting another week. There was no rewind, no streaming, no second chances. 4. Video rental stores. Before Netflix and Disney Plus, movie night was an adventure. Families drove to video rental stores filled with shelves of VHS tapes. People would spend half an hour just choosing a movie, and if someone rented the movie you wanted first, too bad. You had to pick something else. Returning movies late often meant paying extra fees, something younger generations will never understand. 5. Memorizing phone numbers. Ask a Gen Xer today, and many can still remember phone numbers from decades ago. Why? Because they had no smartphones to save contacts. If you wanted to call someone, you had to memorize their number. People often knew the numbers of family members, friends, workplaces, and emergency contacts by heart. Today, many people don't even know their own number. 6. Encyclopedias for school projects. Imagine doing homework without Google. That's exactly what Gen X did. Research meant visiting libraries or searching through giant encyclopedia collections. Finding information could take hours. If the encyclopedia didn't have what you needed, you had to keep searching elsewhere. School projects required patience, effort, and a lot of reading. 7. The sound of dial-up internet. When the internet finally arrived, it wasn't fast, it was painfully slow. And before connecting, computers made a strange robotic sound. That sound became one of the most recognizable noises of the 1990s. Even worse, if someone picked up the phone, the internet connection could instantly disconnect. Imagine downloading a single photo for several minutes. That's how different things were. 8. Playing outside. Until the streetlights turned on, Gen X childhood was often spent outdoors. Kids rode bicycles, played sports, explored neighborhoods, and created adventures with friends. Parents didn't track them using GPS. Instead, there was one simple rule: be home when the streetlights come on. That was the signal that the day was over. For many Gen Xers, those memories remain some of the happiest moments of childhood. 9. Recording TV shows on VHS. Missing your favorite TV show was a big deal. Unless you knew how to use a VCR. People programmed VHS recorders to capture shows while they were away. But there was a problem. Many families never figured out how to set the timer correctly. As a result, countless recordings ended up being blank. Or worse, recording the wrong channel. 10. Life before social media. Perhaps the biggest difference of all. Gen X experienced life before social media. There were no likes, no followers, no viral videos. Embarrassing moments weren't recorded forever. People spent more time talking face to face and less time staring at screens. The world felt slower, more private, and in some ways simpler. Ending part. Generation X witnessed one of the greatest transformations in human history, from an analog world to a digital one. They experienced life before the internet, before smartphones, and before social media changed everything. And that's what makes their generation truly unique. Thank you so much for watching. Stay curious, stay inspired, and if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now. See you in the next video.